Marx makes the interesting kind of comment. He says at some point, technology is going to become a business. And I've always thought that was a very prescient kind of comment. And I thought, well, Marx suggests that technology could become a business, and we might want to explore the implications of that. But I've never really done it, so I'm now going to do it, as it were, to ask, well, yeah, if it's a business, what kind of business is it? What kind of technology is coming out of this, and what is this technology being used for? Well, there are benevolent uses of it, and then there are some non-benevolent uses of it, and I'll be a bit personal about this. I actually like my Alexa music system. It means I have access to all of the jazz I want and all of the classical music I want, all of the songs I want. I mean, it's fantastic. And I kind of think to myself, this has made my life, particularly under the conditions of the pandemic, much better. I can sit there, listen to this music, or I can work listening to this music and so on. So the Alexa system is absolutely phenomenal in lots of ways, and I'm kind of very grateful for it. Of course, it's monetized. I'm charged for it. But now what we're seeing is the monetization of everything and the creation of platforms and so on, complicated platforms where you want to watch something, but in order to get onto this platform, you have to kind of sign up, and they sign you up free, which is free for 2 weeks or something of that kind. And then, of course, the payment which you've authorized in order to get the free 2 weeks, it then becomes a permanent payment and so on. So suddenly you find yourself being sucked into a whole kind of monetized world where it's very difficult to get out of. It's incredibly easy to sign on to one of these platforms. It's incredibly difficult to get off it. And so what we start to see is that actually a lot of the platforms right now, and a lot of the work that's going on the web is about finding ways to steal money. That's what it really amounts to legally steal money in some instances. In other instances, it's a darn sight shadier. So you then kind of say, now what good is this? In what ways is this good? And to what good is that? And I use this category in my own work of what I call accumulation by dispossession. That is, capitalists who accumulate not by making anything or doing anything, but by stealing, in effect. Now, this, of course, is something that happened in the world of primitive accumulation way back in the origins of capitalism. But nowadays, it's happening, and it's not primitive accumulation anymore. It's using technologies to try to suck out as much value as possible. And of course, we see identity theft. We see hackers and all sorts of things of this kind going on. So when we say that technology becomes a business, it becomes a business with all sorts of negative characteristics in terms of the internal organization of the labor process and labor relations and social relations and all the rest of it. But it is also becoming a process which has some very positive impacts and also some very negative impacts. Take, for example, Facebook. We know all the stories about Facebook and how good it is and what it does for people, but at the same time, we know that it's done some horrendous things, and it plays a very important role in certain aspects of politics and so on, and it has very negative features. And monetization of access to a lot of this is becoming, for me, somewhat oppressive. So this question of technology then is a long-lasting one within the history of capitalism. Yes, it starts very much with the Industrial Revolution. Yes, it starts with inter-capitalist competition. Interstate competition becomes terribly important. Then the way in which it becomes a business in itself with a particular objective. And its objectives are mixed. Its objectives are to make a profit by any means possible. And that means by stealing, if necessary, by setting up scams, by setting up platforms which you have to subscribe to if you just want to have access to what's going on in the world. These are the sorts of issues which it seems to me need to be discussed and debated and thought through.